per block on Ethereum because it changes. They've moved it around a few times. So whatever that block reward is now, you take that block reward as your top that you're going to divide out, and then you divide how much cost there was to generate that block. And that gives you your cost per, unit of value that you're transmitting, right? So here's your block transmitted this much value. Here's how much the ERC-20s are worth, how much is the Ethereum worth. And then here's the energy that went into creating that block. So we knew the difficulty was this, we know the efficiency of the machines were that, which means it cost this to generate this. And then you've got your blockchain cost for moving value, and then HEX just comes in and packs more value into that existing waste. Those blocks are going to be created no matter what anyway, so they can be less efficient or more efficient, and packing a HEX block in there makes them more efficient because it transmits more value with the same energy waste.
So it's like the Ethereum block has like an empty volume, and
right.
I can pack that volume
yes.
with different transactions,
yes.
and I can...
And those transactions have value.
Token
yep.
is in the ETH block,
yes.
and the bigger the HEX volume, the more
well, the bigger
the
bigger the USD value of the HEX transaction is, the more efficient it makes the value transfer per unit of energy wasted. But ETH 2.0, the more value you pack into the block with the same energy waste, the more efficient the block is.
Oh, okay. So the energy use is always the same, but it
roughly. The energy use changes based on the value of Ethereum,
yes.
because the value to extract the cost, the money thrown at extracting a resource tends to equal the value of the resource. So if an Ethereum block, so Ethereum blocks have a fixed amount of Ethereum reward, but the US dollar of that Ethereum amount floats around, yes. and then the amount miners are willing to waste in order to get that floats with the price.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and the miners eventually will be eliminated in Ethereum. So they will actually fork out the miners, and there will no longer be proof of work in Ethereum.
But if there's no longer proof of work in Ethereum, how does the blockchain...
They switch to proof of stake.
But where does the... what I don't understand,
sure.
if there's the proof of work, I kind of
yep.
understand.
Right.
But if it's on proof of stake
yes.
and there's no mining...
Where does the security come from?
No, where...
I'll tell you.
How many... No, I don't care about the security
yeah?
at this question. Okay, price go up. Yeah, I want the price go up.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, because the public, they don't care about the
sure.
security. What they care about is climate change, and they
yeah.
care about the energy. So if it goes
yeah.
proof of stake...
Then there's no more energy waste. There's
zero?
no more waste.
But
roughly zero. Millions of times less.
How does it work? Is it just like the server that is...
I can explain it. So how much energy waste is there in Pornhub? It's just a web server, right?
It's not... How much is there?
Well, they don't waste much. It's the minimum amount of electricity to deliver you the web page. There's no extra proof of work, proof of waste, millions of dollars given to the electricity company just to show that you did. So what proof of stake does is it requires people to risk their value by buying stake. And then in proof of work, you risk your value by buying mining hardware. Mm-hmm. In both systems, you have a hard upfront cost to earn the privilege of receiving inflation. So in proof of work, you buy mining hardware and electricity and facilities, and you operate it, and then you get inflation as a reward, and then you dump the inflation to pay for those things, and you hurt the price and you pollute the environment. That's why proof of work sucks. With proof of stake, you get rid of the electricity company nearly entirely. You're not wasting energy for proof of work anymore. You just run a normal web server, just like everybody else.
Proof of stake...
It removes all the proof of work.
It's just running a server like
yep.
any other website.
Roughly. But there's a select classification of people that have earned the right to mine the blocks and earn the block rewards. Mm-hmm. And in, for instance, EOS has 21. I think BSC has 21, and our system will have 33, just because bigger numbers are better. And I like the number, but roughly, they're not an order of magnitude difference. They're just both, two-digit numbers under 40. So we're going to have 33 validators. Most other people tend to have 21. And those validators have received or purchased so much stake and then either been delegated to them enough stake from other people that they've earned the right to mine those blocks.
How can I get a validator?
Well, you would have to outbid the other 33 people to enter that set.
Oh, so
it's likely to be very expensive. Okay. But maybe it won't be. Nobody knows. Like maybe being a validator is not worth that much because fees are so low. I don't know. I don't know how much people are going to pay for fees yet. So your profit as a validator in our system is wildly different than Ethereum. Ethereum continues to inflate, and so validators in Ethereum get a portion of that inflation. But in Pulse, there is no inflation, so they only get fees. And if the fees are low, You might lose money being a validator. We don't know yet.
Isn't being a validator, if there's only 33 validators,
Yep.
isn't that centralized?
Well, not really. So it's like,
What if there weren't 33 but just
Yeah.
one? What would be the difference?
well, people would say, oh God, what if this guy goes to sleep and his server turns off? And then people would have a legitimate concern. Then then the network might go down.
Why don't we make? Why is it not possible for everybody to be a validator?
Because you spend too much time in lag. You get too many orphans.
Okay.
When you rotate from one validator to the next, it creates this middle state where things suck. It's like context switching, right? Like imagine if you read 10 books at once, one after the other.
Yeah.
You wouldn't learn anything from any of them because you have in between books, you just get broken. And so blockchains are the same kind of way. Like when you switch validators, you have a little bit of downtime. When you increase the block speed by decreasing the time per block too low, you get people that both found valid blocks, but they disagree with each other. They contain different transactions, but they're both valid blocks. And so in Bitcoin, it's called an orphan. And then in Ethereum, it's also called an orphan, but they get paid an uncle reward. So you can't reduce for free the block time too low, and you can't increase for free the block size too large, or things start stalling out and conflicting with each other.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I kind of lost.
It's okay. Yeah, so there's parameters that you can use in blockchains to tune them. You can have faster blocks, but once they're too fast, everything disagrees with each other constantly.
Oh, okay. That explains.
So you need time. You have the speed of light to get onto the other side of the planet. And so for me to spend money on this side of the planet and then prove that it's not double spent, the people on the other side of the planet need to have received that information from here to go, oh yeah, it hasn't been spent yet, fine. Otherwise, if the block time was too cheap, you could just set a timer and be like, all right, we're going to spend our coins at the same time, 2 places, and then they would both appear to be valid in both places until the light got to the other side of the planet. It was like, hey, wait, you already spent those coins. So you're hard limited by the speed of light and how fast you can reduce your block time. And you're also hard limited by the speed of light on basically bandwidth data transfer for how large your blocks can be.
But couldn't you just? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to get to
This
my
stuff is
question.
well thought about. It's
okay.
very hard to get extra throughput, very hard. So the fact that we're going to have like 10 times the throughput of Ethereum, be very happy with that. It's hard to get more.
Yeah, like if you say you have 10 times more throughput,
So by the way,
same like when you say the time goes up 10x, I hardly don't understand. So
well, I mean,
because I don't.
it's okay. Your questions are good. I like your questions.
Okay, I have it. Thank you.
Yeah, they're good. They're very good questions.
I have another one.
Yeah. But I don't think I answered that last one completely. Was the
was that?
centralization thing.
What?
You asked, well, isn't that centralized? Isn't 33 validators centralized? Well, let me ask you. If the government starts kicking in somebody's door, you just have a fork and have more validators. You're like, okay, now there's more validators.
Okay.
So you can respond to threats. And so it's like, how many locks do you have on your door at home? 1, 2, okay, why not 10? Because you're incurring a lot of crappy cost when the guy can just go through the window, right? And so you're like, oh, well, we'll have 100 validators. Well, what if they send drone strikes?
Like,
Is
would
100
it be-
that much different than
Would it be the
1,000?
possibility that if time goes on and the global crypto space grows
Yeah.
further, that there will be more validators? Because
No,
of
it
that?
doesn't help. It doesn't give you more throughput.
Okay.
You just spend more time rotating through them.
So couldn't you kill the blockchain by?
There's a lot of ways to kill it.
Every
I could give you a lot of ways to kill it. You could send drone strike to everybody that runs a node, blow up their house. You could turn off the internet. You could, you know, there's a lot of attacks against blockchains, but you don't see them because it's easier for people to play along and get rich than to fight them and get poor.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense.
Like
Okay.
you could go attack all the Bitcoin miners now, but why? Like,
we are already attacking them with
Are we?
proof of stake and tax.
well, yeah, good.
Isn't
But
that
they should just,
tax?
the Bitcoin guys should do a proof of work change and get rid of the proof of work crap
Yeah.
and just switch to proof of stake. They really should.
If I tell people about crypto, I kind of first try to get them into the Bitcoin because
Right.
everybody has heard about Bitcoin. Because
Right.
if I tell them, hey, don't buy HEX, get 40% stake and 1
Yeah.
million %, they think I'm stupid.
Well done.
So
Well,
I say they.
Just lower the numbers till they're comfortable with them.
I'm working on
Yeah.
it, but my numbers are still too high.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. That's why we say 40%. I have this problem. People talk about yield farming, and their yield farm numbers are versus the dollar. And I'm like, oh, we're going to talk dollar numbers. Well, then I'm going to multiply my my APY versus the dollars, and then it's
Yes.
1,000,000%
I-
times
I
40%.
feel like at this point when I'm it's so great to
Yeah.
talk to you in person.
Ah, nice.
You should change the banner in Twitter when
Yeah.
we write hex.com. The
Yeah.
banner says like you know what the banner says. People, I know there's.
I think it's still like 8,000x or something right now.
Yeah, I know. On the one side, it would be nice to show the truth, but if you show the truth, people think we're a scam. So
Sure.
maybe we should.
If you find, we've gone through every type of language possible, but if you find an edge case we didn't find yet for superior language, I'm happy to upgrade them.
No, I would.
But it's hard to beat.
I wouldn't try to change the language. I would change the language as often as I could, because I think that
Those numbers just go up. The numbers just go up.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. If the number goes up permanently, people will not understand it because the number is too big to understand.
I think I can summarize your argument in that if we show them the delta as this change versus another change, it seems like a smaller number.
No, just make every time you post hex.com, the banner looks different and there are different numbers.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah,
So-
I can't do
so
it. I can't do it.
Okay.
The reason for it is because those banners are cached by so basically Telegram, Facebook, and Twitter run their own caching servers. And when you send them a link, they take a snapshot of that link. And then if you were to change something and push that code to your site, you then have to run those refresh things. And sometimes they don't refresh. I mean, in theory, it could be done, but it's really low.
The thought behind it was to
I know what you mean. To have it change more so that it seems more live.
More that people could.
It's still going to be too high a number.
That there's more action. But
I know what you
there's
mean.
already so much action.
That's why we buy expensive crap, because they understand that.
Yeah, that.
It's not real. Well, that's Ferrari thinks it's real.
I think buying Rolex and Louis Vuitton is a nice idea to onboard the rich, but
Everybody. The poor respond even better.
but the poor are not searching for Louis Vuitton or Rolex. I think it would
They understand it, bro. Go on Instagram. They get it. Go on Instagram. They understand.
I'm poor. I didn't understand it.
Well,
I'm
you're
still
smart poor.
confused by
Different.
The Louis Vuitton post. Then it might have. But
Yeah,
like NFTs, I don't know.
What we're doing is working, man. We got this locked. This we've got figured out. Our on-ramping is going okay.
The on-ramp, well, they can't. Wait. I want more on-ramping. They can't.
I agree. Like, yes, better, but like we can't.
on-ramping, the better.
What we need is our messaging is about 80% as good as it's going to get, but our outbound messaging on like reaching new people. So the effectiveness of our message is 80%, but our reaching new people is maybe 15%, because most
that's
people
what I
have
mean.
never heard of us.
Yeah.
So we just need to spread the message we have at the effectiveness it is at more places.
Yeah,
Because that's going to multiply larger.
Lower the effectiveness, but up the reach. Because if you onboard 80% of people with Louis Vuitton,
We can't get more reach by lowering it. We can only get more reach by getting more reach. It's not like a balloon where if I push here I get more.
If you change the topic. Change the topic to.
Sure, we do that. We rotate. I do
people
that.
do-
Bro, I'm doing fucking opening box videos, man. Like, I'm fucking like in the bathtub washing clothes and shit. Like, I'm rotating as hard as I can into that. Like, well, yeah, but it's exactly what you want me to do. Like,
Yeah, but
you want me to reach out to other people through other methods. That's what I'm doing.
You're opening still the box for the Louis Vuitton people.
What kind of box you want me to open?
The box that has the most.
Cheetos? I'll open a Cheetos box, man. If that's what you want. Fine.
No, it doesn't matter. The product doesn't
Pizza
matter.
review.
It doesn't matter how many eyeballs it has. if the world is watching Cheetos, then you should open Cheetos.
You know what?
The world is watching.
I'm going to subscribe to your channel when you start doing them reviews, because you could do that. Don't be my car. All right.
I know.
I think that was my car, though. Like, that makes that
I don't
noise.
have a channel, but if I create a channel, you'll subscribe.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
You understand, like, there's like 4 or 5 YouTubers in this room. Like, he's a YouTuber. He didn't start out as a YouTuber. YouTuber. Where the fuck are all the other YouTubers at? Hoddle Dog ran away. YouTuber. These are all successful YouTubers here, bro.
You was like all the time with 600 and more people.
Oh, nice. Hello.
He's live streaming right now. How many people you got? 600? Yeah, there's 600 people watching the stream right now.
Oh, great.
He's converted. You on-ramped on YouTube.
You 600 guys fucked up.
Home is doing fine. Get some food.
Ask them a short question. They'll die of old age.
Maybe someone has a question, but nothing stupid. Like
Your questions are all fabulous. Those are all really good questions.
I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
About the name right now.
Do you have any other questions? I want to make sure I get them all. Hit me. Hit me.
One smaller question.
Go.
And one big topic.
I'm ready.
Okay, so I'm from Germany.
Yeah.
And today at morning.
8-hour videos.
What?
I can do 8-hour videos.
8-hour videos, yeah.
Yeah. He's almost done. I think he's got 2 questions left. Hit it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I don't have 8 hours because I need to work tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. What do you do for work? You don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah, we don't want
Don't
to
tell. All right. Don't tell.
I do stickers.
Nice. Well, those are pretty
That's
stickers.
the best sticker you've made.
Good stickers, man.
No, yeah. If anyone wants a sticker.
Thanks.
Maybe.
We would love some stickers. I'll take a sticker.
No, yeah, you can have one. And
I know someplace this would look quite nice, actually.
Maybe sign one sticker.
Maybe give me a couple of these.
Yeah, but only
I
if
know
you sign
where I
me
could put
some
these.
of them.
Sure, I'll sign you one.
Okay.
I'm going to put these on my car, bro.